Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. Let's talk about DDC converters, making them sound a lot better. So let me just draw to you what it is that I mean. Usually we have a streamer, a DAC, and then we have a thing in between. So let me just show you. Let's call this a streamer. Then we have a cable to a DDC converter. And then we have a DAC, and then an amplifier. DAC. This is the DDC box that we're here to look at. So, streamer. So basically, this is the thing binding the DAC with the streamer. We don't always use a box like this, but sometimes. If this is a DAC, for example, that only takes coax, then we have something going from a USB signal to, for example, a USB signal, and then from here on, it travels over there via a coax cable. That's like the typical use. So we're here to talk about this box. It's just so you guys have some context. That's why I'm showing you that. These boxes usually look like this, and usually they don't have like the best ports here and there and all over the place. Usually the power supply in them isn't really that good, and the standard what's it called, power supply outside isn't really that great. So here's another one. So basically what you want to do is use a better coax cable, typically also a shorter cable. Same with the USB. You want to get something a bit like the OYADE Green D or whatever it's called. It's like a $50 USB cable. If you have a really bad shitty system, you might not even want to do that, but I generally recommend for most people at most levels having something like that, and then perhaps later you can get a better cable, but that should cover most people using these sorts of devices. So yeah, you can open it up and actually use some 3M scotch inside. I've got a video about that. Look at my dampener video. But most importantly, the thing that gets connected here, the external power supply, those standard ones are usually the thing that's pulling the performance like a huge degree down compared to the what do you call it? The full potential of the sound. So and again, I've had a friend who did this for me. When I had one of these boxes, he opened it up. He replaced the RCA thing. He replaced like a cap and a resistor, I think. And then we just added something like 3M scotch on it and used some better cables. And that was that. You know, suddenly the sound was a lot more big, a lot more free, a lot more natural and effortless. So yeah, these boxes usually make sound as a standard box kind of kills sound, you know, and dissects it, and you just get more of a standard PC like sound compared to what is optimal. So these are some of the options that you have. There are of course things that you could do extra on top of this, but you also might want to consider, is it really worth it with the amount of money that these boxes cost, because usually they don't cost that much. So, and yeah, you also have to recognize that there are classes of boxes, so you can't always upgrade all boxes. Some are so bad you can't really get in there and do anything. So you might want to just buy a new box instead. But yeah, there are classes within this genre of DDC converters. And yeah, you do get differences from USB cables, but I would say that generally it's one of the lesser differences that you get in hi-fi, and usually it depends you know, for this difference really to kick off also with this here, you usually have to have a good DAC, a good DDC converter, a good power supply for this box, for those things to become a lot more apparent. So it's just to put everything in perspective, guys, and that's all. Have a nice day.